Hello, and welcome to Talk About It Thursday with Bri. Today we're talking about anxiety, how I learned to deal with it without drugs, alcohol, or any medication. Now, this is a sensitive topic because I feel like there are so many levels of anxiety that people can suffer from, and also there's different triggers. Things that trigger my anxiety may not trigger another person's anxiety. So I will be tackling this topic as a general experience that I have, and some of the methods and some of the practices and some of the exercises that I use to help calm myself, calm my mind, and to be able to see things as they are rather than seeing them through the lens of my fears and of my anxiety. And first, let's clear up what anxiety is. And anxiety is just when you feel overwhelmed, when you feel like there's things that you just cannot handle. So you have this internal freak out or this internal fear. And it's not always to the point where you will get a panic attack, but it is enough to cause a type of physical reaction, maybe nervousness or sweating, or the best way I can describe it for when I feel is just like an overwhelming feeling of, maybe my breath is getting a little bit shorter, or I just feel overwhelmed is the best way I can explain it that is relatable. So I feel like where a lot of people can relate to it. A lot of mind chatter, or where there's just so many thoughts, it's maybe hard to be focused or stay focused. But at the same time, feeling and looking like everything's fine, or me trying, this is my experience, or me trying to make sense of things. So like I said, the best way, and a lot of times, I don't really suffer from like super intense anxiety. I don't help people that get panic attacks. But here's how I prevent myself from reaching that level and doing my best to stay calm and to stay clear and get through my day without being overwhelmed. One thing that I do every morning, ritually, I will wake up and I spend time with myself, because when I do that, I am putting it out there and subconsciously telling myself that I will be taking care of myself and my mental state and my being before I'm able to take care of anyone else. And during this time, I quiet my mind, because it's easy to wake up in the morning and see I have all of these things to do, all these things to accomplish and finish. I have to rush to get to work, or get A, B, and C done. People are waiting for me to respond. I have to respond to emails. I wake up and I spend quiet time with myself. So I will do a workout. I wake up and I stretch my body. I let my body kind of, when you wake up, of course, you've been resting in one position, maybe multiple, but you're laying down in every position and your muscles aren't being used. So when you wake up, that's why it feels so good to stretch. I will exercise and loosen up my body. And it doesn't have to be like super hardcore, like weights. I mean, I just do what I feel like doing that day. I just have to do something physical to get my body awake and stretched to feel flexible, and it gives me this sense of being more liquid through my day and fluid through my day. Because remember, I'm trying to create that ability to be flexible in my mind. So I'm kind of getting myself to do it in the material world with my body. After the exercise, I will sit down and I will meditate. And I do 10 minutes every single day. I sit down and I breathe deeply. I breathe super I practice a super steady breath for 10 minutes. And what I will do is I will close my eyes, I will sit down in a cross-legged position, and I will breathe. And I follow a guided meditation, and that by the end of the 10 minutes, I am completely relaxed. I am clear-minded. During the meditation, some ideas will come to me. When I give myself time to be silent, I give myself time to listen to myself internally, what's going on. I get to take count of how I'm feeling, how I would like to feel. I give myself time to relax. This 10 minutes just gives me time to just become one with myself, as the yogis say, become one with myself. I also practice mantra, so I will go over gratitude, mantras, and I will go over just whatever mantra it is that I feel in my heart that needs to be expressed, so that I feel that I am completing, I guess, my spiritual duty. This stuff is like super deep spiritual talk, so if you're not into it, it's not something that you have to do, but because of where I'm at and where I feel internally with my heart, it is something that I choose to do because I feel like it's like a duty of mine to do it. So we can talk more about that in another video. What else? And then after that, I eat breakfast. I drink water first, and I eat breakfast. And then after that, I have a whole schedule of what it is that I do for the day, and I complete those things. But giving myself in the morning to set myself up to take care of myself first is super duper important for me. It gives me time to be self-aware, and then also throughout my day, not just so after like the morning exercises and routines and practices, it gives me time to be self-aware. So it gives me time to understand my anxiety, or understand my fears, or understand a little bit more about myself and like why it is that I feel this way and what are the triggers. And it gives me more of a way to prevent myself from getting to the level of being anxious. I also give myself validation. Another thing that causes my anxiousness is meeting expectations, and it's not always expectations of others, but sometimes I give myself high expectations and I give myself like this ultimate thing, and I give myself the anxiety of not reaching that. So what I will do throughout my day is give myself self-validation, and what that is saying, literally you're talking to yourself and saying like, simple example, I have a list of 3 things that I need to get done for the day for sure. At the end of the night, if I get all 3 things done, I acknowledge myself for doing those things. So, Bri, you finished those 3 things, great job for staying focused. Or, Bri, you had a very healthy meal today. I'm so proud of you for sticking to the plan. You drank 3 cups of water. You gave yourself a compliment. Thank you for complimenting yourself. I give myself validation all throughout the day. I thank myself all throughout the day. I do my best to acknowledge what it is that I am doing, because all of that will give me enough strength to